All right.
Recording in progress.
Good morning. The Friday, November 1st, regular City of Knoxville Public Officer hearing is called to order at 9:35 a.m. I'm Nicholas Bradshaw, the public officer designated by the mayor as described in the City Code of Ordinances, Article 6, Unfit Buildings, and charged with addressing properties in the city that are out of compliance with the adopted codes of the City of Knoxville. The adopted codes include the 2018 editions of the following. These are all international codes. Fire, building, residential, plumbing, mechanical, fuel gas, existing building, energy conservation, swimming pool and spa, and International Property Maintenance Code, as well as the 2017 edition of the National Electrical Code. The public officer is authorized to hold hearings, administer oaths and affirmations, examine witnesses, and receive evidence and issue orders as the result of his findings in determining the condition of buildings that are dangerous, unfit, and injurious to the health and safety of the occupants and/or public. The procedure for the public officer is as follows. Each case will start with a report and presentation of evidence by officers representing various city departments. Today, this will primarily consist of, but is not limited to, evidence presented by Mr. Scott Elder, Neighborhood Codes Enforcement Manager for the City of Knoxville. Mr. Elder is employed by the City of Knoxville and is certified as a property maintenance and housing inspector. Following the city's report and testimony, the owner or owners and/or their legal counsel, as well as any members of the general public, will be given an opportunity to respond. The public officer has the authority to limit this time as per his discretion. Today's agenda will be modified to hear the cases of property owners present at this time and in the order signed up as you entered the hearing room. We make this accommodation to minimize any inconvenience to the owners and members of the public here today. For those actively participating in today's meeting, thank you. Your involvement and active participation is appreciated. As per legal counsel, I need to read the following notice of demolition into the record. Any person who intends to perform work on a structure that the public officer has placed an order against shall first make application to the building official and obtain the required permit. For orders issued by the public officer, please be aware that just obtaining permits and starting rehabilitation of a structure does not invalidate the city's power to take corrective action, such as demolition of a dangerous structure, regardless of the amount of work performed by the owner. All orders are still in effect if the rehabilitation work has not been completed and the structure has not had all final inspections approved within the time provided by the order, or by an extension if one has been granted. Remember, if rehab is not fully complete or an extension is not in place, the structure may be demolished after the order time has expired or after any prior written extension of the time has expired without any further notice given to the owner. All right, are there any questions before we start and all participants are sworn in? Just in the nick of time. All right. We were just about to swear in anyone who plans on testifying today. So all individuals testifying today will need to be sworn in. If you are testifying today, please raise your right hand. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
All right. Ms. Burke, please advise me if any individuals who arrive late and need to be sworn in mid-hearing. Okay. Well, we will get started with our agenda. Do we need to wait till?
Be 2209 Lorinda Road.
Okay. All right. So 2209 Lorinda. Mr. Elder, what evidence do we have on this property?
This property was recently inspected on September 20th of this year. The house was found to be vacant and without utilities. The house is showing signs of dilapidation. As you can see in the pictures, right there's a good one. Front porch roof is collapsing. There's a hole in the roof. The house appears to have been vacant for a very long period of time. And the city continues to maintain the yard due to lack of attention. So we're recommending a 120-day repair order for this property.
All right. Do we have anyone present to speak on this property? Yes, sir. If you could, please introduce yourself with your name and address into the record, please.
Michael Sandstrom. My home address is 3401 Ironwood Road, Knoxville, Tennessee, 37921. And I'm here representing my wife and my sister-in-law who jointly own the property. So my intention today is to affirm that I will immediately try and get roofing accomplished because of the upcoming cold weather. And I also intend to clear out one of the trees, but we'll make that secondary, which is probably one of the issues that caused the damage to the roof, because it's a, I don't know, pear tree or whatever, and the branches are always breaking. And my brother-in-law, who's now passed, had trimmed it down, but it's all grown back together, so I want it cut to the ground. And my intention is to move in once everything has been taken care of, and that'll be our new residence.
That's great. Okay. So there's no, just to verify, you're not disputing any of the characterization that the city's presented here as far as the condition of the,
No,
Property.
that's accurate.
okay,
I'm not going to argue that. That's truthful.
okay, all right.
And I've appreciated the help of the city employees.
Yeah, well, I appreciate hearing that. Glad to hear you're going to make use of this property and make the needed repairs, and just encourage you to remain in contact with Mr. Elder
Well,
and his team.
I'll have to give
Yeah,
him updates because
sure.
I haven't started calling any roofers yet. So
Yeah.
I'm going to try and do that today.
All right. Okay.
Plus,
Thank you for coming out today.
Okay,
And you can stick around if you need to talk to Mr. Elder or Sherry or anybody, and make sure you're on the right path.
okay.
Thanks a lot.
All right, thank you.
Yep. All right, anything, nobody else signed up for this one? All right, I do find that the structure at 2209 Lorinda Road is out of compliance with the codes of the city of Knoxville, an attractive nuisance, and is dangerous and injurious to the health and safety of the occupants or the public. And I order the owner to repair the structure at 2209 Lorinda Road within 120 days. If the owner fails to take corrective action, the structure may be placarded as unfit for human habitation and vacated and closed. What is our next item?
We have no one on Zoom, so we're just at the top of the agenda.
Great. So 1700
Jerome Avenue.
Gerolman.
So this property was inspected on June 13th of 2024 for structural violations, and it was found to be vacant and unsecured. You can see in the pictures, the roof is deteriorating and it's rotting along the fascias. There's waves in it. The chimney's actually losing some brick. Several windows are broken or missing. Utilities have long been removed from the property. House appears to have been vacant for many, many years. Property's been boarded, cleaned, and mowed by the city on multiple occasions, actually over several years. And there are currently no open permits at all to do anything with this property. So we're recommending a 90-day repair demolition order for this property.
All right. I'm going to struggle with this name. Gerolman. Is that right?
Jerome.
Gerolman. Sorry. I find this structure at 1700 Gerolman Avenue is out of compliance with the codes of the city of Knoxville, an attractive nuisance, and is dangerous and injurious to the health and safety of the occupants or the public. I order the owner to repair or demolish the structure at 1700 Gerolman Avenue within 90 days. If the owner fails to take corrective action, the structure may be placarded as unfit for human habitation and vacated and closed, and the city may cause the immediate repair or demolition of the building, with the cost of such corrective action being a lien and collected as provided in city code. Okay, I believe that takes us to 1800 Reynolds Street.
Right, this was inspected on October 17th of this year. It was found to be vacant and unsecured, very unsecured. Utilities have long been removed from the property, and the property has become an attractive place for vagrancy and has been boarded and cleaned by the city on multiple occasions. As you can see in the pictures, it was heavily damaged in a fire on October 15th of this year and is in complete burnout conditions. KFD called us on this, and folks had been staying in there. There's lots of needles, and it's just a terrible property. And they were worried about even having their firefighters in there. So we're requesting an immediate repair demolition order for this property.
So did the fire occur, I guess it was well before this October 17th inspection?
On October 15th, the fire occurred, and we came in 2 days later.
Okay. So are you asking for an emergency order to demolish the property, or?
Yes, it'll be an immediate
Yeah.
order.
Okay.
It's a little different than an emergency. I would have. So we will start immediate demolition proceedings.
Okay.
Now, I believe, and Sherry may know that, I think I've spoken with one of the owners, and they agree with the conditions, and they are planning to have the property demolished very soon.
There's no plans on a repair or any kind?
I think it's beyond it. According to KFD, most of the roof trusses, you might have some pictures there that show it, but the whole center of the house it's in complete burned out conditions.
Yeah.
There's one good one at the back, I think, where it's just caved in. And the owner doesn't dispute it. They're going to plan to tear it down.
So I could order an immediate repair or demolition order, but it's really a demolition situation.
I guess they have the option technically, but I think that they understand that that's not feasible,
Okay.
economically feasible, and it's just beyond it.
Yeah, certainly. Certainly the evidence would seem to suggest that.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Okay, I do find the structure at 1800 Reynolds Street is out of compliance with the codes of the city of Knoxville, an attractive nuisance, and is dangerous and injurious to the health and safety of the occupants or public. And I order the owner to repair or demolish the structure at 1800 Reynolds Street immediately. If the owner fails to take corrective action, the structure may be placarded as unfit for human habitation and vacated and closed, and the city may cause the immediate repair or demolition of the building, with the cost of such corrective action being a lien and collected as provided in city code. I believe we're still on 1800 Reynolds Street, but we're moving on to the boarding.
Right, we're just, you can see it's been boarded there. We're just requesting approval of the boarding charges.
Okay. Great. I'll approve the boarding action taken by the City Public Service Department and affirm the charges related to the corrective action for the structure at 1800 Reynolds Street due to the building being an attractive nuisance and dangerous and injurious to the health and safety of the community, being open and accessible to children and members of the general public. Any other items? I see no other items on the agenda. With that, no other business being brought before the public officer this day. The hearing is adjourned at 9:49 a.m. Thank you.